Hey everybody, this is Rainy from Bubbles, Baubles, and Bows. I am in the soap shop today and we are going to make some sea salt bars soap for the Etsy shop. Our scent is going to be pink lemonade. I'm just going to go over the ingredients a little bit with you. I'm not going to give you amounts or anything because it's just going to be a little short video. We have got all our base oils in this bucket right here. Coconut, castor, coconut, shea, some sweet almond oil as well. We've got our sea salt. Sea salt soap has a very high percentage of coconut oil and a very high percentage of sea salt. Now, when you're making this soap, you want to make sure you use sea salt, not Epsom salt, not any other kind of salt, just 100% sea salt. This is the one that I use. I don't know if you can see that. And it's not iodized or anything, and it's made from evaporated sea water. Because, you know, you want to make sure you use the right stuff. It does have a high percentage of coconut oil, and this is because you have to have a high percentage of coconut oil in order to counteract the sea salt. Sea salt soap will not bubble up as well as a normal bar of soap, but that's why we use mostly coconut oil in the recipe. We also are using some coconut milk in our recipe. I put coconut milk in all my soaps, and I do take away from the concentration of lye to water. I do take that liquid out of the bulk water that is in the recipe. If you put too much water in it, your soap will not get hard. The sea salt will not suspend properly, and your bar will be kind of I mean, you can use it still, but it'll be kind of floppy. So, I am using some kaolin clay in there. It just kind of gives some extra slip and makes the lather a little bit more creamy. It goes well with the coconut oil. I am using 2 colorants today. I am using Mad Mica neon pink and Mad Mica lemon cupcake micas. So let's get started. Now, I have already pre-mixed everything. My lye water solution is here. It is a 30% lye water solution. And I'm using a 20% super fat to my recipe. This sea salt bar is kind of like a luxurious spa type bar. A lot of spas use it. It can be considered, some people say that it, now I cannot make any medical claims. As you know, we are not FDA certified. And in order to make medical claims, you have to be FDA certified. So it is said that it removes toxins from your skin. It is very helpful with acne and skin conditions. It is very luxurious bar. It creates a very thick, dense lather. You're not going to get big fluffy bubbles like you do in regular co-processed soap. You get like a thick, dense, like a lotiony type lather. It's very wonderful soap. I have like 3 different scents in my shower right now. Anyway, so let's get going with our soap making. Okay, here are my oils. This is my coconut oil, castor oil, cocoa butter, shea butter, and sweet almond oil in here. And I've also mixed the colorants with some sweet almond oil as well. I may not use all that. That's a lot of colorant. That depends on how bright a color I want today. So So what I'm going to do now, you want to make sure I'm using the heat transfer method today to make this soap. I am using the temperature of the lye to actually melt the oils. It will melt the oils down, and by the time it's all melted down, we'll check the temperature, and it needs to be at room temperature in order for you to continue with your soap making. So you want to make sure when you do your lye that it is clear. You see it's clear, a clear solution. That means that the lye has been totally dispersed into the water. We don't want any free-flowing lye crystals. Now on top of this, you'll see that there is a small amount of lye lint in here. It's not going to hurt the soap, and it just happens, you know. Sometimes you get that on there, but it's not going to hurt the soap. There's not that much. Anyway, I want to also say that whenever you're making soap, make sure that you wear goggles. I do have them on. You can't see them because I'm off camera. Make sure you have gloves, and I normally have long sleeves on, but today I came out to my shop and got everything started, and then I just realized I did not have my long sleeves, but I normally do that. You want to, when you're setting your lye up, you want to make sure you're in a ventilated area. I put mine in front of the fan so that the fumes are away from you. Do not do this in a closed area because it is not good for you. Lye fumes will burn your nose, and this is a very caustic chemical. So you want to make sure that you exhibit safety at all times. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, let's get started soap making. So I'm just going to pour my lye water over my spatula because I don't want it to splash. Well, you do not want lye water splashing on you, especially since I don't have my jacket on today. So okay, so it's all in there. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to stir it around a little bit so that those oils can be nicely melted. I usually do co-process where I melt my oils down and get everything to room temperature, but this is just a quicker way to do it. I've not been doing it too long, but I find that I enjoy it a lot better than I do the other because I don't have to sit and wait until all my oils are melted into room temperature and the lye water's at room temperature. I can just get down to business. So you just kind of want to stir it, and as you see, I'm just going to kind of tip it. You see it's melting the oils. These are solid oils in here, but you see that it's melting them so very nicely. And like I said, you don't want to splash this on you. Make sure that you know, this is lye soap making is not for the faint of heart. I know people think that, oh well, a lot of YouTubers do it, but this is can be very dangerous. A lye burn is nothing to play around with. So like I said, some of your safety items that you have, you want to make sure you have gloves. You want to make sure you have long sleeves that come down kind of covering your gloves, or your gloves over them, an apron, and shoes on. You don't want out here, you don't want to be in your kitchen soaping or wherever soaping and pour hot soap all over your feet that's full of lye. Ask me how I know. You know, we all learn. It's a learning process. I've been making soap for almost 20 years. And so, trust me, we all make mistakes, and it's a big learning process. And the learning curve, you got to be very careful with all of this. And also you want to make sure that your hair's up and out of the way. And I put mine up in a ponytail. Sorry, that's my phone going off over there. I put mine up in a ponytail, and I put my goggles on because, you know, nobody wants to be in the ER with any light burns on their corneas. So, anyway, while this is melting, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said before, my name is Rainey. I am new to YouTube. This is only my first serious video where I'm showing exactly what I do ever. This is the first time ever I have been on YouTube. So please bear with me. I'd like any kind of tips. You know, you can give me some constructive criticism, but be nice, people. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. And it's, I guess we'll all learn together. So that's how I am. I like to learn new things and do fun things and all that. So, but this is melting down real nice. Anyway, I first started making soap about 20 years ago. My mother and grandmother used to talk about soap making all the time. How they used to make lye soap and used to use it to wash your clothes. And I found it so fascinating. Plus, of course, everybody learns about it in school. We all learn about, you know, lye soap and process chemicals and chemical reactions and all that while we're in high school, you know. And I'm also a registered nurse. I'm a hospice nurse. That is my full-time profession. So that's what I do on the days that I'm not doing soap, or, you know, I also make candle melts. I make wreaths. I do a little bit of everything. I make lotions and all of that stuff. But, you know, I've got 20 years experience. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube, but I am most certainly not new to soap making. Anyway, that being said, it's melting down. This just takes a little bit longer. I guess I could have melted it a little bit before I got on camera here with you, but I hope the lighting's good. I just recently got my little soap shop and set up. My wonderful husband, he hooked me up, got me this. I've always dreamed of owning a soap shed, and I just recently got married in it's almost a year. October 27th will be a year. So he got me the shed. I think it was mainly because he got tired of the kitchen being overwhelmed with soap and lotion and all the clutter that comes with soap making. As you know, our bedroom, and before I got married, I had my own little area where I kept all my soap making supplies. It was like my little soap making room, and I lived by myself. So, but then I got married, and he has two wonderful children, Shelby and Brian, and I love them to death, and they're my little hearts. And we're just a big happy family. But anyway, with all that being said, long story short, I don't have as much room in the house as I used to have. So he got me the shed, and I'm out here most of the time with my nieces, or my niece, one particular niece, Tammy Baker, my niece. She comes over and she helps me, and she'd been making soap too. You know, we all learn together. But anyway, So I'm so sorry that this is taking so long, but it does take a little bit, because you got to get that, you got to get it all the pieces melted. You can't just have like big chunks like that. I mean, it's not going to work. So, and you want it, when you put your lye in there, you want it to all be ready. So that's melting still. And I'm using these little molds today, the little flower molds. They're really cute. I got them on Amazon. I'm so sorry about that. Thought you could see. They're silicone. I love them. I get a lot of my supplies. I get, there is a soap making supply store about 2 hours from me. It's called Make Your Own Buzz. And they have everything that you would want to make anything. Colorants, scents, molds, all kinds of spatulas, pouring, measuring cups, everything. Any kind of, I get a lot of I make shampoo bars as well, so I get a lot of that stuff from there as well. They are very wonderful company. They are very friendly, and you can actually order your stuff online and go there and pick it up at the store and pay on shipping. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video for a minute and let this melt a little bit, and when it's done, we'll come back. Okay, I'm back. It's melted. It's kind of getting kind of thick. I'm going to go ahead and add my coconut milk. This is no guar gum is in this. It's nothing but coconut and water. I get it. I think it's like National Amazon or something is the brand I normally use to do that. Mix it up. Now I'm going to add my scent. And that is pink lemonade scent. So good. Mix it up, and it's loosening up a little bit here. It's really thick, and I haven't even added the sea salt yet or anything. So okay, I'm gonna rake this off and get all that good stuff off of there. Stir it up real good because it's getting thick, so I'm not going to stick with it anymore. I mean, I'm going to sprinkle this in there. I usually put my kaolin clay in there before, but I didn't do it today. You want to make sure it's all mixed good, so I am going to hit it again with the stick blender just to make sure it's mixed and dissolved. Alright, so I'm going to add the sea salt now. And I add a little bit at a time. That's to make sure that it's nice and suspended and dispersed. You don't want big clumps of sea salt in your soap. It'll be crumbly as well if that's what you do. Now these bars, you do let them set from 20 to 24 hours. They get extremely hard very, very quick. So I've never used this scent either, so I'm hoping that it doesn't accelerate, which it looks like it's doing. And if that's the case, then I might have to just do one color. I was going to do 2 colors, but I might just have to do the one color, which that's okay. You know, you just go with the flow. Soap making is, you never know what's going to happen when you're using new scents you never tried, you know. And leave it to me to my very first video to freaking do a scent that I never used before. So, alright, so it seems like it's holding it now. Kind of thick. I'm just going to do the one color. Okay. And that is Neon Pink by Mad Micas. Now this is going to loosen it up as well. So it's a really pretty pink, as you see. I'm going to mix it good, but you know, it may have some swirls in it from the actual pink. Alright. So move all this stuff out of the way. Pull my molds over. And just want to spoon it in. It gets very thick. Like I said, these soap bars, you'll be able to pop them out probably within a few hours, but you don't want to use them. You don't want to use them before, you know, the 20 to 24. You don't want to take them out of the molds for 20 to 24 hours. You just, that way you get all the pretty detail of your soap molds. You know, you risk them sticking to the actual mold when you are doing it. See, there's a little bit of a different colors. Clean all of them in it. So this stuff gets pretty, sets up pretty quick. So please don't make soap, sea salt soap, your first soap you ever make, because it's just, you shouldn't do it, because it's a very fast moving soap. So a little bit in there, and I'll clean those up. I'm making a big mess here, it looks like. So, alright, so next one. I'm probably going to need another mold over there, because there's a lot of soap in this. And these bars are small. I mean, they're like 4 ounces. My normal bars are like 6 to 7 ounces. So see why you use gloves now. You see all that soap everywhere. Kind of just pat them down a little bit. Give me another one. I'm going to use a heart mold. 1 second. Let me see. Alright, so that's how you do that. You want them to be smooth, but this accelerated a little bit, so that's what's going on here. So. And I'm not going to talk because I'm trying to get all this in here, and yeah, I'm not one of those people that can talk and chew gum at once. I've got to concentrate on what I do. And I'll just have some simple waters. You want to say when you're using these, you want to kind of bang them down a little bit, because that way it settles, and shake it a little bit. You want your bars to be uniform. So. Messy soaker. So anyway, that's it. That's just about it. I'm gonna clean these up, and then I'll bring y'all back tomorrow when I get ready to unmold these. Thank y'all for joining me again. Subscribe, like, push the notification bell. That way you get notified every time we upload a video. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.